This is a video demonstration of the Mountain Mods Twice 7 PC case. You see here the different components that make up the case design. This is the main part, the exoskeleton I suppose you would call it, a bit around the outside that everything bolts onto. And it's a perfect 14-inch cube. So just to put it into layman's terms, it's 14 inches that way, 14 inches along here, and 14 inches downwards as well. It comes with four 120-inch fans. That's the third one, which isn't currently installed, and there's a fourth one back here. I'll show you the back in a moment. I've used AC Ryan blue fan grills because they complement the colour of the side windows that go on the case here. I've installed a fan controller. It's a 6-fan speed controller, but you don't have to use that. There are by default 3 bays for 5.25 inch, and then you use these things, if I can get one of them. Swap hands. They will attach to here onto the fan, and that gives you 3 hard drive bays. You can attach other ones of these, but I found that 3 was enough for me. You may want more. Let me put that to the side. I'll show you that a bit later. So at the front you have power and hard drive LEDs, which you can swap around, just plug them into a different part of the motherboard. You've got a power and a reset switch to the side. There's a bit of a spaghetti junction, but that can be sorted out with cable ties and whatnot. I have in each of the corners, or sorry, on each of the sides, or 4 of the sides actually, not each of them, there you've got neons here. So there's 1, 2, there's one down here. You can't probably see it very well from there. But there's one there, and then there's one up here too. So you can see other parts of my room there. And I've also got a bright white neon that goes in here. These ones on the sides are ultraviolet, so it's somewhere between blue and purple. What I've done is I've got the controllers for these neons, which basically says whether they're on or off here. 1, 2 and 3 sets of 2. So I've used hyper fans, and there's a hyper fan up there which are good for low speed and low sound as well, but you can use different fans if you want. Now the actual motherboard, which is the main part of the computer of course, goes onto this tray here, which is a dream for installing on. I've used motherboard cases, I've used PC cases where they don't have a motherboard tray. It's such a lot harder to use. You've got additional cooling on the actual motherboard tray itself, which these things can plug directly onto the motherboard, or you can use the fan controller, it's up to you. I'll be including this USB header. The cable tie here is for the neons, so directly from the back of the case you can turn the switches on and off to control whether the neons are off or on. You've got the back of the motherboard here obviously. So with it installed, I'm going to hopefully be able to put this here, and I'll just take that away from the camera a bit, just check, yep, you can see that. So these parts go into here. You have to put it in at a slight angle. I'll just pick this up again. I'm not going to do it right now, but there's a little screw. Split up there. There's a little screw that goes in there that keeps the motherboard tray together, and then you can use additional screws between the motherboard tray and the exoskeleton of the case to keep it together. Once they're in and you've routed the cables how you want them, usually underneath this section here, then that will go to the other side. Once they're done and everything internally is how you want it, you put the case panels, or side panels, sorry, on the case. So this will go here. This one goes here. Well, they're exactly the same size, so you can put them wherever you like. But I want to show you this panel because there's just one minor flaw here. You can see that just the size of my fingernail, there's a very small blemish there where I've tightened up a screw a bit too hard. But if you have that against a wall, so even from here, very difficult to see what's going on there. Okay, so that gives you a rough idea of what it looks like. In the daytime it looks cool, but at night with those ultraviolet lights, I've never seen anything quite like it, and I've been using computers for quite a while. So I hope that gives you a rough idea. And just quickly, the power supply goes in there. So the idea is to have, I'm going to take the top of it off. So the idea is to have the motherboard parts all along here, and anything with optical drives or hard drive bays or power supplies over this side, which is a really good idea because the cabling will all be over this side. Oh, almost lost the case panel there. Anything to do with the motherboard then will be here. Okay, plenty of airflow with the fans. In fact, I got to a stage where I wasn't using all of them. I've disconnected this one down here because there's just too many fans. Okay, any other questions, or if you want me to do another video showing other features, please let me know and I'll do what I can to oblige. Okay, so I hope this has been helpful and help you made your mind up that it's a fantastic case. Okay, bye.